Hey, y'all.
What's up? What's going on?
Hey, Facebook. Hi. Hey, fam. What is up?
What is happening, y'all? Welcome to the show.
Give your disclaimer. Give your disclaimer.
My disclaimer. What's my disclaimer?
Give your disclaimer. Yeah, your disclaimer is that there's a slight delay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. Yes. Excuse me.
Delay.
Like we always say, me and Ken, we have a slight delay. So please bear with us. You know, y'all, we always got something going on technically here. So bear with us. We appreciate y'all being here. Welcome to the after show and a double dose of case with delay, y'all. And Kelis. All right. So let's get into it today. We have a special guest, which is waiting in our backstage, our cousin, D.K. All right. I'm not going to say his full name unless he allows us to. So we have a special guest tonight. So you want to bring him on, Ken? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bring him on in.
Let's bring him on. Everybody welcome Derek. Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome.
What's going on?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we appreciate all of y'all for coming in. Before we begin the show, please like our stream. All right. And if you're on YouTube, if you're watching from YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe, okay? And hit that bell to be notified of our videos, okay? All right. So let's get into it. Ken, let us know what we're speaking about tonight. Oh. Ken, can you hear me? Ken.
What?
Hello?
Okay. So tonight the show is going to be about the importance. No, I can't hear you. Mm-mm.
Go ahead. Let us know what we're speaking about tonight.
I can't hear you because of the delay. Hold on. Tonight we're going to be discussing the importance of fatherhood with our special guest.
All right. So let's get into it. I don't know. I hear a little bit of feedback. I don't know if anybody, if you guys have any, if you guys have something playing in the background, if you could just turn it down because I'm hearing it in the background. If you could just turn.
Yeah, I don't have anything playing in the background. She turned all the music and stuff off.
Okay, cool. Let me see. I have a private chat here. Oh, Kendra, are you good? Because you said that the delay is bad. We're gonna get into the show, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Anyway, everything's good. Everything's good in the chat, y'all. Y'all don't hear an echo or anything.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get into this conversation tonight. Y'all good? All right. So, Derek, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Uh-oh, you popped out. Uh-oh. Look, we having issues tonight, y'all. He gonna pop back in. He popped out, bro. You know what? I guess something don't want us to speak about this tonight about the importance of fatherhood. We're gonna wait until Derek comes back in, y'all. Ken, is the delay okay?
I don't know. It just keeps going in and out. The delay, like
it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I got pulled out of the stream, but I'm back.
All right, as long as you're back. As long as you're back. Okay, good. Kudos. So let me just take it to the chat here. Hey, DDOK TV. What's up, Caduce? What's happening? That's me. Okay, what's up, Mystic Wave? Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining. Everything is good. All right. So also, before we get into it, I'm going to copy the link. This is going to be an open panel. So if anybody would like to come on to join, or if they have any questions for Derek or for any of us, you are welcome to join the panel. So before we get into it, or let's get into it actually, Derek, introduce yourself and let us know who you are and give us a little bit of feedback, because I know that this is a subject that is very important to you. So let us know what's happening. I'm gonna mute my phone here.
Well, I'm Derek. These are my cousins. Just wanted to say, family, I love you. Thank you for letting me be on your show. First and foremost, thank God for being here another day. Yeah, I'm Derek. I been a single. Well, I was a single father, so I know all about the trials and tribulations of fatherhood, what it takes to be a good father, and what it takes to be there for your children. What a better person to talk about fatherhood than me, I guess. You know, I don't know. What else you want me to say? I mean,
okay, so that's a good introduction. So you are a single father. So with that being said,
well, not
Kendra, you have a question for him with that one,
I was a single father. Wifey is here now, but yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Okay, absolutely. Kendra, but I know Kendra has a specific question for you. So Ken, ask Derek what your question.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, cuz.
Okay. So what does it take to be a good father?
Well, my father raised me as a respectful, hardworking, dedicated father that is respected, I guess, in the aspect of how he runs things, how he shows us how to be a man. First and foremost, as a father, you need to learn how to be a man first and foremost before you can be a good father. So for me, it was about learning and taking everything that my father taught me and putting it to work. Hardworking, meaning I got up every day. You can't be, if you can't provide, then there's no way for you to be able to take care of your children, right? So first and foremost, you have to be able to provide for them, to take care of them the right way. And he did that. So he taught me that aspect of things. Hard work, starting at a young age, getting up and going and cutting grass and going and helping father like build stuff in the backyard. He's teaching us the hard aspect of hard work at a young age, so that when we got up and grew up as a man, we already knew what it took, to be able to get up and provide for your children. You have to be able to do hard work. You have to be able to figure out whatever aspect that is of your life to push through it so that you can be a good father. So hard work, first and foremost, being able to provide. I think another aspect of being a father is being present. You know, um, you have to be there.
Absolutely.
Uh, like there's no presence like presence per se, right? So we'll use God as an example, right? We can't ever see him, but we know that he's around, right?
That's
So
it.
that's what you want your kids to think in that aspect. When you're raising them, when I'm not around, what are you gonna do? Did I raise you the right way to make that right decision, or are you gonna go down the wrong road? Because for every action, there's a reaction, there's a consequence for everything that you do. If you parenting correctly, and kids growing up, they're gonna do what they want to do sometimes, you know. But if you
Right.
raise them correctly, they'll be able to make that decision growing up as an adult, what's right and wrong, steer them the right path.
Mm-hmm.
Presence. So is
Yes.
my
So that brings me to the next question. So do you think what the impact of the father? What is the impact that let me see if I'm going to say this correctly. Hold on, because I wrote it down in my notes, but I don't think I wrote it down good enough. Do you think it is harmful for a child to be without a father?
But what you just
and
said
if
was
so, why?
I think in some aspects, I wouldn't say it's harmful, but I think in some aspects it can be harmful for that child. And the real thing is, I love all you women who raise kids, but how can a woman treat or raise a boy to be a man? At some point,
Mm-hmm.
that father aspect of things has to take over, right?
Right.
Y'all are great at what y'all do, but just like y'all as women, how do we as men give a boy a feminine aspect of things, right?
Yeah.
So
So
it's like, for me, it's yeah, it can be harmful, but at the same time, they have to understand that a man is going to be there if, how do I put this? I don't want to word it. I don't want to word it wrong. So,
say it how you think, how you're
I
thinking it.
mean, it's really hard to explain, I guess, because um some people think one way, some people think the other. But I mean, I feel like a woman can raise a boy to be a man, but not fully as a man can raise a boy to be a man. If that makes
Okay,
sense, you know what I'm saying?
so let's go with that. My next question with that: can a woman be a father to, even if it's a boy or if it's a girl? Do you think that a woman, because people will be like, I like when it comes around Mother's Day or Father's Day, they'll be like,
Hmm.
I'm the mother and I'm the father if it's a single mother or vice versa. So since we're speaking about fathers this evening, do you
Hmm.
think a woman can be a father to the children?
Yes, I do.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because they have to fill both roles. They have to teach. They have to be hard. You know, when especially if that father is non-existent or not present, they have to have that other aspect of things. The hard part of being a mother, which is the discipline and all of that other stuff. So I, I I use my father as an example. What a great father
Okay.
he was. God rest his soul. He was hard, he was hard, but he still had that little bit of softness to him, right? Flip it to my mother, as y'all know already.
Okay.
um she was where I went to get that love and that compassion, right? I felt
Which,
like I got that from my dad as well, but there's nobody that can give you love and passion like a woman can give you love and passion,
yeah, because that's
right?
a part of their traits, right?
Exactly. That's definitely a part of their traits.
That's the only reason why I ask if you think that a woman can be a father, like
Absolutely.
take on father traits.
Every Father's Day, I text my sister Brittany, hey, and my sister Monique, hey, happy Father's Day. Of course they you know, they're like, it's not my day, but it is my day. I make sure that I text them for one reason, because they're doing both sides of things, man. Like, just like many of other females that I know, family, not, but I'm a firm believer, and I've always been a firm believer that if you have to fill both roles, then yeah, you are both roles. And my aspect of things, when I was a single father and my daughter's mother wasn't around and my son's mother wasn't around, like, I had to be both roles. I had to learn. I had to learn how to be soft and gentle because I have a daughter,
So it's
and that is a learning process.
Okay, so
But
it's
yeah,
possible for a man to take on the nurturing character of what a woman
yeah,
is supposed to
absolutely.
do.
And I had to do that. I had to do that, Of course, our family is
Thanks for
big and it's full of nothing. It's full of more females. And I love the fact that Desiree could be around females to pick from each and every one of y'all on what it's like to be a woman, right? And then as my wife came into her life, right? As I'm still trying to show her that love and that compassion, that softness that she needs as a woman, and as a girl growing up, like, to have that inside of her.
So
Then my
she didn't
wife
have a
came.
father, if you don't mind me asking. Like, you don't have to answer this question, but I'm
Who?
trying to understand what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is that, like, I had to learn how to be soft, right? Because I got a daughter, and I had to, but I also am that father, so I had to fill both of those roles, you know, um, while still allowing her to see that with the other women that are around in her life, cousins, aunts, everybody else, my wife, she can pull the female aspect of that from each and every one of y'all on how it is truly like to be a woman, or being raised as to be a woman, as a young queen per se.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's a comment in the chat, and it does say, I disagree. A woman can't be a father. Okay. Now with the after show with Ken and Kelis, we're open up to all opinions. Okay. And if you wanted to elaborate on that, you don't have to with this comment. But it says, I disagree. A woman can't be a father. Do you have any commentary on that? Would you like to respond to the comment, or you would just like to agree to disagree?
Sure, I can elaborate.
Okay, let us
the
know.
the first thing I'll say is everybody is entitled to their own opinion. That's
true.
the first thing that I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
The second thing is, I've seen firsthand that a woman can be a father. I've seen it. I know particular people that live that every day. So regardless of what aspect or however this is perceived, somebody else has to step into that role, right? So if this person in particular doesn't have a father in their life, who is going to be that father? That mother is going to be that father.
Okay, I have a question. Since we're speaking about this, I do have a question. And Kendra, I'm sorry. I know I feel like I'm taking over this. I'm going to let you get to your questions, but I have a question real quick since we're speaking about this. In your opinion, cousin Derek, in your opinion, What is a father?
What is a father?
What is a
You
father?
can tell us that.
No,
Me.
but there was another
No,
question.
a father is somebody that's going to get up and work hard to provide for their child every day. A father is the person that's going to be there to make sure that they're taken care of, whether that's mentally,
Okay, you did say
physically,
that.
emotionally, financially. A father is somebody that's going to be in their corner when they're down, to help them stand up on their feet, to get them back on their right road if they veer off to the left instead of going to the right way. A father is that person that's just going to be there for that child.
Yeah.
And in that aspect, in that definition of things, how can a mother not fit into that?
Yeah.
You see what
So
I'm
when you
saying?
say that, how can a mother not get fit into that? Is what you're pretty much saying about that is that you like what we asked the question is that a mother can actually take on the fatherly roles is what you're saying.
Yep.
Because the father, like what your definition of what a father is, a mother can do the exact same thing, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that is correct. And they
Okay.
do the exact same thing. They
Okay.
do the exact same thing. Like, in my opinion, like I said before, I've seen it. I know people that live this on a daily basis. I know
Okay.
I know people that have had children with fathers that are not around. They got to pick up the pieces. They're that father figure. They got to be hard. They got to be soft. They got to be loving. They got to be caring. They got to be nurturing. They got to be hard. They got to put their foot down. They got to work hard to
Yeah.
provide.
So
That's a father. That's a father to me. That's a
okay.
mother to me. That's
With
all
that,
wrapped in one.
yeah. So with that being said, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but so with that being said, from everything that you have expressed with that, so like for instance, a single mother, which we have been speaking about here, is it okay to leave the father aspect out of it and just be like it's just a woman who is able to take care of her children without taking on the fatherly roles, even though she's a hard worker, which a woman can actually be?
Oh yeah,
Why
for
does she have
sure.
to take on both roles? Why? Because in my opinion, no disrespect, I agree with I everybody has their own opinions. In my opinion, I find it very hard for a woman to take on a fatherly role. So if she's a single mother, she is doing what her natural use, what she knows what to do. And I wouldn't per se call it a fatherly role, if you know what I mean. You kind of get what I'm saying.
I mean, in that aspect, she's just taking care of her child, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
on the flip side of things, uh, it's the exact same thing that a father can do that
Yeah.
I've done myself personally. So it's being a father and taking on a motherly role at the same time. Uh, so all in all, whether it's a fatherly role, whether it's a motherly role, it's being a parent.
And
And
yes,
all of that,
absolutely,
and
it's
all of
being
that,
a parent.
all of
Absolutely,
that rolls, all of that rolls into one category. So rather you're being
being a
there,
parent is what you mean.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. It's it's
Yeah.
it's being a parent, but there's certain, like I said, but there's certain roles that 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 fathers have, like you know,
Exactly.
there's
And
certain
mothers too, right?
roles there's certain
Yeah.
roles that mothers have.
Mm-hmm.
So at that aspect of things, like I'll put the we'll use history as an example, right? So
Okay.
we'll go back into the day, right?
Okay.
Back in the day, the man was the hard one, right? He was the one that put down all of the discipline and punished the
I,
kids, right?
that one. Yeah, go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said I actually have a question about discipline too, but go ahead. Go ahead.
And so evolution, right? Now we have moving
Evolution.
forward. Right, evolution now, right? We're moving forward, meaning we're going forward.
Oh, okay.
And stay with me, cuz I
I'm
got you.
staying with you. I'm staying with you. I'm staying with you.
Stay
Okay.
with me, right? So we
I'm
going forward. Now
staying. Okay.
now we have women that do it all, right? They do
Yes.
everything. They do their mom and dad, right?
Yeah, which is
Wrapped in one.
unfortunate, but yes. Yes.
I mean, it is every I always felt like every child needs both parents at some
Yes.
aspect. Some
Absolutely.
aspect, right? That's that
Yeah,
father and that
for
motherly role
sure.
that rolls into one right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're moving but yeah, we move forward
Hmm.
and now everybody can do everything. So the men can do the same thing that the women can do in the parenting aspect, and the women can do the same thing that the men can do in the parenting aspect. It all comes back to parenting. But
Okay.
everybody has a role in how they parent and
Yeah,
raise their
it's
kid.
the roles, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so D, before we get into Kendra's questions, because I know I've been going on and on. Sometimes when I get on the show, I just talk too much. So I apologize in advance because I questions start popping up in my
That's
head.
okay. You a
I don't
talker.
plan
That's
it
what you
at
do. You
all.
talk.
All right, but we're gonna take it to the chat real quick. All right, and
Hmm.
like we always say with the after show, that everybody's entitled to their opinions. So it is what it is. So with DDOK TV says that isn't her design. She can be a great mother and make sure there's a man that is an example around to be a father figure. So I guess it goes to with the part where it says I disagree that a woman can't be a father. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And
But
then we have go
but what
ahead.
if you're by your but what if you're by yourself, right? So what if you're by yourself and you don't have that design around just yet? Then what? Right?
Well, with me, I can actually kind of somewhat answer that, even though I'm not a mother. I have a sort of an idea with that one. Is that like for me because you know how we were just speaking about each person, like a man has his roles and a woman has her roles. I don't know
Hmm.
how a woman can or even a man can exactly adapt, like to switch over to a woman's role. And that's not me trying to be a hateful person and like, because you know how the world works with that one. So I would find it very hard to do something like that. Me personally, my opinion, I would find it hard for a man,
Um,
if it was a man, to switch over and try to be like a mother, like, because I just find that it's impossible. And even vice versa, a woman trying to be a father, I think it's impossible.
I can speak on that.
Okay, speak on
I
it.
can
And
speak
we'll
on
get back
that.
to enjoying the circus comment in a minute. Speak on it.
Um,
Okay.
I had to do it.
Okay.
Uh, simple raising my daughter. I had to do it. Like it was a learning thing for me. Like it was a really get in touch with my compassionate and my softer side. I have a daughter I'm raising, so I can't be completely hard all the time. You know what I mean? Like I had to get into, I guess I had to tap in to my softer side.
And how did you do that? Like,
Looking
what
at
in
her,
your mind
look,
made you think that you had
looking
to
at
do that?
her,
What led you
look,
to be able to do that?
what led me to be able to do that
Yeah.
is looking into my daughter's eyes and
Okay.
realizing that I'm raising a woman here,
Hmm.
and I'm raising, and I need to show her that I have to teach her the compassion and everything. You know what I'm saying? And be loving and show her the softer side, not being a hard person all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Women need softness. They need love. They need care. They need compassion.
I agree with that.
Showing her that.
Hands
You
down,
know,
I agree with that. So, with that being said, how did you learn that? Did you learn that from your
I
mother?
took a I took my mother was a great mother raising me. She's a
Yeah.
perfect example. I also
Okay.
had a great grandmother. I also
Mm-hmm.
have great cousins and I have great sisters that I can learn from, that I can take how they're raising their kids and how they interact, and that's exactly what I did. I
Mm-hmm.
got nieces and nephews and cousins that are, you know, older than me and younger than me, but all great women and all had
Mm-hmm.
kids. Growing
Yeah.
up, being around them, I had some of that softer side inside of me already. I had to let that flow into my daughter so that, to be able to raise a woman. But yeah, I got all of my softer side and tapped into that from each and every one of y'all. So thank you, which helped me become a better father in the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so bear with me. I want to get through all the comments real quick. And then after I get through all the comments, we're going to get to Kendra's questions because I know that she has some questions as well. Thank you, Ken, for being very patient because I know I can
No,
be a
I
blabbermouth
just
once
have
we
one.
start. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just have one question.
Okay.
No, I just have one question. I don't have a list of questions. You don't answer. You don't set them all. But Derek, I just want to know, like, now you're a good father, so you wouldn't be able to.
I agree.
You're a good father, so you wouldn't be able to put yourself in this position. But why do you think men abandon their children? Like, why do you think men don't think it's important to be in their children's lives?
Because they're not a man. They weren't raised to be
I'll be
a
right
real
back. Hold on.
man. Um, and my honest opinion is that if you willing to abandon your child, then you're still a boy mentally. Because a real man's not going to
Mm-hmm.
run from his responsibilities. He's going to rise to the occasion and handle that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless
Yeah.
of whatever the situation is, you know, you got somebody that needs you. So in
Mm-hmm.
that aspect of things, whatever that situation is, you got to rise and do what you got to do because that's now your responsibility. If a man is willing to run from their child, then they really not a man in my eyes at all. Like that's not
Right.
how real men handle situations like that. They do what they have to do and,
Yeah,
and, and be
that's
there for
true.
their child. Like there's no there's no running. You now have a responsibility to take care of. What are you gonna do with him? This is a person that didn't ask to be here, but is here because of you and that mother.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you got to do to be there. You do what you got to do to provide. You do what you have to do to be a presence in that child's life. Because there's no presence like being present, if that makes
That's
sense.
true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I just wanted to ask you from a man's point of view. But I said that you're a good father, so you probably wouldn't be able to understand why men do that.
uh,
Who don't?
you know what? That's a very very good question, because I I still to this day don't know why men run from that. Like it pains me for the single mothers to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? It pains me. Um, hey Brandon, it pains me to see that. Like I never fully understood that, man. Like my daughter, my son saved my life. You know, like I look at
Mm-hmm.
them and I realize that there's a lot of things that I could have done and I could have went down the wrong road. Um, but my daughter looking in her eyes and holding her for the first time made me realize that everything that I've ever wanted is in my arms as I'm looking at her, and I'm trying to provide everything that I possibly can to make sure that she has everything that she needs. I could never understood. I could never ran from that. You see what I'm saying? Like I could never not be there to make sure that she has everything she needs, to teach her right from wrong, to teach her what type of man in the end she should want to mold herself to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me that men can run from their child. Like, and it pains me for the women that have to deal with that. But y'all are doing a great job raising them, so y'all keep doing it.
All right, all right. That's amazing. Well, thank you, cuz, for elaborating that. What you say, Ken?
Yeah, thanks. Oh no, I was saying thanks for that answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I want to do now is just because I want to catch up on the chat. So let's just put up a couple of comments here. So enjoying the circus said the mother is very important to a child's life and outcome. However, based on studies or statistics, children from single father households and two parent households are less likely to have issues as adults. I'm guessing that's what that says because it cut off. What do y'all think about that?
I think I agree with that.
That's an interesting stat, actually. Mm-hmm. That is a very interesting stat. I didn't know that. So thank you for that statistic, actually. I don't know. That probably just has to stem with you know, or stem from, I guess. I just use my aspect of things, and I'm looking at my situation and my daughter, and realizing how like stern I guess I was with certain things, you know, or am with certain things, and maybe that's a reason why the household is stern. They kind of put their father. I don't want to say it like that though, but like they put their fist down. I guess like some I don't know. Maybe womanly households are more lenient to do things than others. I don't know about that stat, but like maybe that's a little bit of where it comes from. I don't know. Correct me if y'all think I'm wrong, but I don't know. Like,
well, JW Max says only a man can teach a boy to be a man, even though the woman tries to teach a boy to be a man. Men mothers, nourish children's fathers teach. Hope I'm reading that correctly. This is a little far out.
So he's pretty much saying that
that's true. That's true.
A man,
I definitely agree.
A man can only teach a man to be a man, but there's certain aspects that a woman has to teach to a man in order for us to fully get it.
And I think you said that in the beginning of the show, right?
I did.
Yeah. So. And then Mystic Way says sacrifice in everything, no matter what. And then a father is a provider, protector, priest, problem solver. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
And actually, go ahead, Kels.
I can definitely agree with that. There's a lot of things that for their children that fathers will do that maybe moms might think twice about doing, you know, per se. But on the aspect of things, man, it all depends on the person, man. So it all depends on the person and that person's parenting style. And I think all in all that women or man, they will protect their children by any means necessary. So there's that.
Okay, so with this question, because I have other some more stuff in the chat, but since we're at this question, a father's provider, protector, priest, and problem solver. So the question that I have is, do you think it's better for the father to have the children in their household more than the mother? If, like, say for instance, if the parents are separated, divorced, etc. So do you think that whether, regardless if it's a daughter or if it's a son or both, if a father is better to raise a child more than the mother? What do you think? What do you
I
think
think
about
it's
that?
I think it's circumstantial. That's what I think.
Okay.
Um, Depending on the circumstances.
Okay.
Um, of course, using the daughter going with the father per se,
Mm-hmm.
she may have more uh manly traits, if that makes sense. Stronger on some aspects than not, right?
Really?
Um,
If she's raised by the father, is what you're saying?
no. What
Okay.
I'm saying is she may pick up some of the fatherly traits. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
And vice versa, that the boy going to the mother's house may
Mm-hmm.
pick up some of the softer traits, right? And then they switch, right? So then the
Whoa.
boy goes to then the boys then the boys go to um the well, what I mean by softer traits is like the love, the compassion, the caring. I'm not saying that fathers aren't like that, but I'm built in how I was raised. My dad was strong. He was, he was big on discipline. He was big on respect. He was
Mm-hmm.
big on things like that aspect of things.
Yeah.
Mom was big on respect. Mom was big on working hard, showing us what we needed. And but I still got my love, my caring, my compassion, all of that from my mother. Still got some of it from my dad, but got a lot of that from my mom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
mean, because that's a
those
living trait, though, right?
perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they can get both from both households. They
Mm-hmm.
just may get a little bit more depending on that person. So like depending on the father, depending on the mother, may
Yeah.
they get the loving and comparing and compassion and all of that other stuff from the mother more so than the dad, and the dad is the big disciplinarian, that type of thing. So
Speaking of that, and I know that my chats are a little late because we have Mystic Wasev, which we already spoke about. The children, run from your kids, you'll run from anything, and that is true. But since we're speaking about disciplinary,
absolutely.
yeah. So, what is your opinion on disciplining? Do you spoil the rod or you don't spoil the rod? Let's just put it that way, because like these days and age, you can't take a rod to the child, or it's considered, the A word, ABUSE.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start off by saying that wasn't the era that I was raised in. So uh, I'm sure the rod, gate belt, whatever was used on me, but that was back in the day when they could actually do that. And so, uh,
Not like that.
we was raised, we was raised in it, we was raised in a different era, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
all around the same age, so we was
yeah.
raised in a different era.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This day and age, you can still,
Valerie, I
hey,
took the rod to mine and they're all fine. That's it.
hi mama, hi mama. Hey, the gate belt was what I was specifically
Hmm.
saying for my mother,
Yeah.
but that's okay. The rod works just fine. Um, yeah,
Ooh, I hated those
discipline.
switches.
Go pick your switch. Yeah, Grandma Mary's. Rest in peace to your soul. But yeah,
I hated that.
I picked quite
And
a few from I picked quite a few
Don't
from
bring the
Grandma.
wrong
You
one.
know, man, she gonna break the first one on you and make you go get another one. I'm already hip. That happened a few times to me. Um, man, I love Grandma for that, man. But
Yeah,
discipline is different these days, man. You gotta walk a
it is,
tight line, man.
unfortunately.
Like, um,
Can you bring it
yeah,
old school? We have another guest waiting in the backstage, y'all. Can we bring him up?
yeah, bring them on.
Okay, we have Elder Jerome. We're gonna bring him up. So let's. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
So hey, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going
Hi.
on, nephew?
What's happening?
How you doing?
Hey, oh man, I'm making it. One day at
God
a
bless
time.
you.
Yeah, I just wanted to give my little chime in, man. I just
Okay.
want to commend you, Derek, because I've watched you. I watched you grow up, and
Yes, sir.
you are a father to your children. Man, that's awesome. You remind me so much of your dad, man. You look just like him. Just like him, man.
Yes, he does.
He look just like his dad.
Yes, he does.
So I just want to commend you, man, because you've done a great job at being a father to your children and a husband. Man, good job. Good job, nephew. If nobody tell you, you heard it from me. Good job.
Thank you
Sorry.
so much. I appreciate that so much, man.
So
That
Yeah.
means so much to me, man. That
Yes,
does.
sir. Sometimes we need to hear that we're doing a good job, and you're doing a good job, sir. I see
I
how you're
appreciate
doing and
that.
what
Thank
you're
you
doing
so
for your
much.
family, man. Good job. And I just want to give kudos to the women that raised you, your mama. You know what I mean? She did the best that she could, all that she knew. You know what I'm saying? To put you in a position
Yes, she did.
to
Yes,
be
she
a
did.
good father. You know what I'm saying? But to be a father, you got to be trained by other men. And you was
Mm-hmm.
trained. You may not be thinking about it now. When you played basketball, you was being coached by a man. You know what I'm saying? That shaped and molded you and to help you be a father today to your children. You know what I'm saying? Women are nourishers by nurture. By nature, they nourish us. But it takes a man to teach another man how to be a man. And
Yes,
when
sir.
your father was around, your father was a real man. I know. I know he
Yes,
was.
sir.
Me
Yes,
and
sir.
him, we did some things together. That was just he was a man. I know he was a man. So
Yes, sir.
that's why I say I give you kudos, man. I give you the thumbs up that you are a man to your children. And, just like
Thank
my
you.
daughters here on the double dose of K and Ken and Kelis, I teach them. They know from, I did what I needed to do as a man to raise them. And their mother did what she needed to do as a mother to nourish them.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a difference. We have roles to play. You know what I'm saying? We got roles to play in this world. Women got to be women and men got to be men. So, we got to do all that we can to do the best for our children so that they can have the best possibility to be the best people they are on planet Earth. So, that's what I wanted to chime in and say, man, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're a good father. Your children, when they get older, they'll look back and see all the work that you've done. And, when you get old, you know what I'm saying? That's when when your children look back on the things you did and say, yeah, I understand now what you did. Even though I might not agree with it at that time, but you did the right thing. Just as my daughters, they told me I did the right thing back in the days when I did what I did. They might not have understood it back then, but now they know because they're grown women.
Mm-hmm.
And I give them
Absolutely.
kudos, you know what I'm saying, because they're grown women and they're strong women, but they are with their husbands. They're not overpowering their husbands. They're empowering their husbands to be the best men that they could be. So, that's what I got to say. That's all I got to say. So y'all have a great.
All right.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you, Brother Jerome. Thank you for coming on the show. Let's get a round of applause and standing ovation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Yes, Morgan. Hand clap. Yes. Okay, let me put it back.
I swear, every time he says something, man, he just touched my soul, man. Every time I talk, every single time, and it's been like that since I was a young man. Every time he spoke, I listened. You know, he is just one of the men that I have truly respected throughout the years. And there's a lot of men that I looked at growing up that didn't deserve that. He absolutely did, man. He is such a great individual, man. And some of the pieces that just growing up and seeing how he was a father and how he helped raise you all. I took some of those pieces and applied it to myself growing up as a young man in order to be, you know what I'm saying, a father. So man, he's a great individual, man.
Yeah.
Those words always touch my soul every time I listen to him, man.
It's amazing. That's great. That's awesome. Now I know that we're getting up on close to the hour, which is fine. We can keep going. It's cool, but I don't know if Kendra, because I know that I've been talking a lot. So, Kendra, Ken, you have any other questions? Because I have a couple of more, but if you have any, please ask away.
No, I don't really have a couple. I don't have any more questions. It's just the delay is kind of getting on my nerves. So that's it.
Okay.
The delay.
Okay, so this is what I want to ask you. Knowing that you are a stepfather, Derek, knowing that you are a stepfather, I wanted to ask, what is the duty of a stepfather, and is there any limits? Like, for example, like if the father, being a stepfather, and if the father is, and if the person's biological father is not in their lives, and that father is still alive, do you think it's okay to override what the father is saying because you are specifically there in the household and you're acting as the father, but yet you are the stepfather? What do you think about that? What is your opinion? And y'all elaborate too in the chat.
My opinion on that is I'm not trying to take over your father's role. You have a father, right? And he's there, but he's not physically here. So for me, it's just about being that male figure in your life to help guide you the direction that you need to be guided. To take over, that's not what I'm here to do. To help you, to keep you on the right path, to discipline when you need to be disciplined, to help you grow as a young man into a man. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I do.
So there's limits to that, is what you're saying, right? Correct? There's limits.
I mean, there's yeah. I mean, of course there's limits, you know, like there's certain things that as a stepfather you need you can't do. Like there's just certain things that, like, the man aspect of things, yeah, I can teach you how to do that. Yeah, I can help you do that.
Yeah.
But there's no learning like your actual father. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, granted, it's circumstantial, right? So if that biological father has never been there and the stepfather has been there and has raised that kid from ground zero all the way up, then that stepfather is the father. Like that's what that kid knows.
Okay, so that brings me to another question. I know I'm talking too much because I wrote down notes, okay, for the show. Okay, So that brings me to another question, which aligns with the other question that I asked. So, for example, if the father, okay, so say if the biological father is not in the child's life, but yet he's still alive, and the mother comes to you, being the stepfather, and says, will you adopt my son? What would your answer be? Would it be yes or would it be no, even though the biological father is still alive and present? What would your answer be? Yes or no? To adopt a child?
Without question, if I feel like I've been there since day one, and that other father is not there and has not been there and doesn't want to be there, that's my child. I'll adopt that child. Okay. That is my child. At the end of the day, there's no questioning about that. Like, okay. I've raised you. I've helped mold you. I've done this. I've done that. Yeah. With you. You're my child.
So what if you feel that way, right? And you feel that way, and you actually go through the process of adoption, and the biological father comes back into the son's life or daughter's life, and be like, I want them. I'm the biological father. I want to be in their lives. How would you react to that? What would you say? What would you do?
What took you so long? That would be my first thing. What took you so long? Right. Why now?
Yes, amen.
Where have you been? I'm always a firm believer that both parents should be in their child's life. So, again, where have you been? I've been here. Where have you been? Build your relationship with your child.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no matter how much biologically that child isn't mine, but in my heart that child is mine.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that situation.
Beautiful.
But I would love for that biological father to have some sort of relationship with the child.
Yeah.
Because that's your real father. That's your real father. This is your real dad. But I'm still your dad.
So do you think that it would be fair, like after you adopt that child and the biological father comes in and be like, I want to be a father to my child now? Do you think that it would be fair? You put a stop to it and be like, hold up, no, this is not happening. No.
Yeah, I would absolutely put an end to that. Like, I've been here. Like, where have you been? Do you want a relationship with your child? Absolutely, have a relationship with your child, but don't forget who was there when you wasn't.
Yeah,
that was me. I was there, wiping their tears when they cried. Cleaning up their knee when they scraped their knee from falling off of a bicycle. That was me. Teaching your kid how to ride a bicycle. That was me. That type of stuff.
Man, they're nervous, some people. I just tell you.
Like, where have you been? If your child meant that much, if that child meant that much to you now, why couldn't you have been there then?
In the beginning. Yeah, that's it. That is it. So let me get through a couple of chats because I know that I probably will be back tracking from the questions that I've been asking you. We're almost done. So don't be rude. We're almost done. So Enjoying the Circus says, if the father is absent, then the stepfather can't override because the biological father isn't present. However, if the biological father is present. So I think we answered that question already. Or we made that statement. We answer that. And then it says, then what that biological father says goes. Let's think. the biological father says goes. What the biological father says goes. But what if the child's already adopted though? Like, if they still have the same.
Well, I think I don't know. Maybe it's different from each state that you're in, but
Okay.
once that child is adopted, that means that biological father has to give up his rights to that child.
I mean,
So
don't you think they
now,
already
correct
given
me.
up their rights though?
Technically, yes,
Yeah.
yes. When they're not there, yes, absolutely. But for me, if I've been father since day one, you better strap in tight because it's gonna be a long ride. I'm not. I wouldn't just give up on my child that I helped raise. Like that's just not me. As a man, that's not in my nature. We don't give up. We fight through.
Yeah. We fight through. So Morgan Kazee says there's a difference between a biological father versus a dad. Do you agree with that statement?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, there is. A biological father gave life. A dad is there to help raise them. Anybody can be a biological father, but it takes a real man to be a dad.
I agree.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, it's fair because a biological father hasn't been there. So I guess that's in the statement from where we're speaking about the roles of a biological father, if it's okay for the stepfather to step in. Day one. Oh, hello, family. I thought I saw you already. What is this? What? Okay.
Hey, sis.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So, we're gonna wrap this up here. I think I pretty much asked all the questions that I had, and
I want to say something.
Yeah, I did. That's all my questions. Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about, good fathers, I just want to say, yes, Derek, you are a good father. My dad's a good father. My husband is a good father. Like, he is an example of a man that took over the responsibility of another man that ran. So
say it again for the people in the back that can't hear you.
Yeah, say it again.
Say it again for the people. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man T, man. Shout out to my man T, man. Come on, man. That's my dude right there. Shout out T, man.
Let me go to his comment. What he said. Hold on. Let me go to his comment. He said,
I know we got something to say.
You like what I made, huh? It's my. If he's mine, okay.
Hey. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. That's got you written all over. I mean, you did a great. Y'all both did a great job, man.
Yeah.
And y'all are doing a great job, man. Much love, family, for sure.
Yes, for real. Much love. I just want to circle back real quick. Enjoy about the adoption. Enjoying the circus says if the child is already adopted, that means the biological father was absent. If he is popping in and out of the blue, then the stepfather has become the actual father. Which goes to Valerie's comment. They give up their rights when they run.
Yep, they do. And it goes right back to what I said.
I agree with that.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Right.
Yeah. Well, y'all, this has been such a great conversation. I've really enjoyed this conversation this evening. And before we end the live, I would like to share I don't know a product from our cousin D. He is he's very, very talented, and he has been working on artistic shoes, right? What are they called, Derek? I don't want to say
They're
the
called
wrong thing.
DK's Cartoon Customs.
All right. So let's go ahead and
Thank you.
Let's pull up these shoes here. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna try to look at all of them. So this is one pair. Do you want to describe this one here?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I have to add it on. My bad. Okay, there we go. This shoe here.
Yeah. So this shoe is actually, it's an Air Force One Cartoon Custom. This was actually a coworker of mine. He saw that I was drawing in my book one day, and I was doing some shoes, and he was like, "Hey D, this is actually my first paying customer. Hey, I got some Air Force Ones at home. I want you to go crazy on." So he brought them to work, and in my downtime at work, I got to work on them. Needless to say, this was I think my third shoe that I did after.
I'm gonna pull some more up now. Like, yeah. I just have to go one by one. Let's share this one.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, hold up. Hold on. My bad. I have to go one by one here. Share, hide. Because I should have done a slideshow with these ones. There's is my a lot bad. Of talent in the family. So here's another one. I like these ones.
Yeah. Okay. So like these sandals are my wife's actually.
Ooh, nice.
She had a pair. She didn't have any Air Force Ones. She wanted me to do her something, so she handed me her sliders and told me to get to work. Being that is my queen and that is my one and only and the love of my life, that is exactly what I put on this shoe.
They're very nice, D. Very, very nice. Okay, so I know I'm gonna show some more. I have to just stop sharing and go on to another pair. Ooh, I really like these ones. These ones are nice. Let me scroll. Hold on. I should have. You know what? I'm gonna do my settings better. Let me pull these up, y'all.
You hold on,
okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Here we go. These ones. Okay.
So myself, my wife, and my daughter Desiree. We all have Air Force Ones. I had the high tops. This was actually just a spur of the moment kind of thing. I was bored at home watching football and decided to get to work on a pair of shoes. So I pulled out my high top Air Force Ones, put little cartoon blood drip on there, and yeah, I got a lot of compliments on those.
Very nice.
Out on the town. So
very, very nice. Okay. So let me see if I can pull up another one here. Oh, whoops, my bad. Hold up. Okay, let me see. Let me get it together. Let me see, because I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, these ones. Okay. Let me pull this up here. What about these ones here? These ones.
Those are Desiree's, my daughter's.
Okay.
She handed me a pair of her Air Force Ones. She saw that I was drawing in my book and she wanted a pair. After she saw the first pair that I did of mine, she told me that there was no talking about it and that I needed to make her a pair. So
that's very nice. Very, very
that's
nice.
what I did. Those are her favorite colors, pink, white, and black. So yeah.
Okay. So I think that's all I have, if I can remember. So yeah, it's very, very nice, cuz like you're doing your dang on thing. They're very nice.
Thank you so much.
How can anybody reach out to you? Do you have an email that anybody can reach out to you, or what? How can people reach out to you to get customized shoes made like that?
You can find me at Derek Kazee on Facebook. Derek, last name Kazee, Kazee. You can add me on Facebook. My Instagram, Coach D.K, as I also coach basketball for middle school and traveling basketball. So it's my coaching page, but I also post my shoes and stuff on there too. So it's kind of like my personal business Instagram page.
Okay, perfect. So maybe you could just let me know in Facebook Messenger if you can send me the links, and then I'll put the links in the description on our YouTube channel so that y'all can check it out. So y'all can check the shoes out, and maybe y'all can get y'all Air Force Ones, or maybe they Jordans or something. Y'all can get y'all shoes custom made, okay? And some sandals too, honey, because them sandals were slaying.
As long as they're leather, I can do them.
As long as they're leather, he can do it. All right now. All right, so I don't know. Like, I really, really enjoy this show. Thank you so much, cousin, for coming on. We really appreciate you being our special guest tonight on the after show with Ken and Kelis. Do you have any last words that you would like to speak about with the subject tonight?
No, I just have a few last words if I could for a second.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'm very, very proud of both of y'all. The show has been awesome to be a guest on. I love to see that my family is succeeding and doing things that's opening the eyes around the world, man. This is awesome, man. Like, and you guys are doing such a great job. Just keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate that. Much love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I have to say that we're in this live with the cheers, but I broke my glass, so I won't be cheersing now. I'll be cheersing with my hands because I broke my glass by accident. So, Ken, is there anything else you would like to say before we conclude this show tonight, this evening?
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, until next time, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this evening. We appreciate everybody that has been in the chat. Don't forget to like the stream, like, share, and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube, and send your friends. And until next time, cheers, y'all. All right. Stay beautiful. Love you all. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.